update. I didn't film a little bit for a couple days, I guess, because planting was going well. We got a lot of acres done, and then Sunday night, about 11:30, Dad called me and said, "Hey, did you see that the county west of us got a severe weather warning?" And there was no chance for that day at all, and so that was a surprise. And so the cloud popped up and looked like it had some really bad stuff in it, 2-3 inch hail, and just a really bad radar signature. I guess luckily it kind of glanced us, and we got about 2/10 kind of everywhere, and so I think that was good. But then the next day, the sun never came out, and it just never dried. It was kind of misty all day, and then yesterday, same thing. It was foggy, misty, and just kind of slimy, and the sun never came out. And we had a family funeral to go to anyways, and so the sun finally came out yesterday, and we're gonna get back started today. We like about 2 really good days, or 2.5 days, and we'll be done with cotton planting. The deal is today, I don't think it's not going to affect us with planting, but it is super foggy today, and there's a little bit of mist showing up on the windshield here, but man, let me show you. Yeah, the camera doesn't do it justice, but I mean, it is very foggy. So it's just strange weather. The biggest problem really is we need to get this weed out. It's been that weed's just been sitting in there, damp ground, damp conditions. We're gonna start getting some sprout of the grain in the head, and we don't want that because harder to. It's either you can't sell it or it's harder to sell, and so need the sun to come out, need it to dry out so that the weed will dry out and the combines can get back in the field and we can finish up weed harvest. Well, we're going, and still no sun. Crazy. Seems to be going pretty good, not too wet. The issue I gotta watch for is make sure that there's not just because the air is so humid and sticky that I don't get some dirt build up on my gauge wheels next to the discs, because then that would start raising up and affecting my planting depth. But yeah, not too wet, doing a good job leaving it the way we want it. So this about 25 acres left here. It'll take me about an hour, and then I'll move over to Grandma's farm. That's 155 acres, and so that's probably what I'll get done today. Here's what I'm talking about. Right now, it's really just a little bit surface, so that's not going to affect me too much. I don't know. So I just got to watch that. Hope I don't get anything worse than that. On to the new field, and this is where my path will end. So can't really farm through that lake and some of these terraces that hold water in the middle of the field. So I'll just turn around and get as much as I can, and then go back down there, do as much as I can, and move on to the next field. Well, here's the update. I needed another round, and I didn't have enough seed, so I just had to fill up the seed. But get this round done, and then we will be done. Minus about 20 acres of all that over there that you probably can't see very good, where the water is still standing or is really black. And I just didn't really want to dig out mud out of the planters. Good morning, YouTube. Today, hopefully, we will finish planting. The issue may be that stuff is just not dry to finish at where I'm at, and then back over by the barn. So I will get across all that I can today for sure. I'm just don't know yet what the day brings on the stuff that was still really black and wet yesterday. So we'll see. However, I am out at my parents' house, and the cotton is coming up. I drove out to Old Glory just a little bit ago. Coming up, looks pretty good over there. I was a little nervous with the rain that we got there that it might crust over. I think it's going to be good, and the stand looks pretty consistent. So here, take a look at this. See that? Rowing it. So it's real little at this. I mean, it's just barely coming out of the ground in most spots, but it is there. Where? Oh, there it is. Yeah. So actually, these leaves are not. They're not actually leaves. These are the cotyledons that are coming up, and so they actually don't only they serve as leaves until the plant can actually put on its own leaves, and then those will kind of fade away. So Dad and I are about to go to the field. He'll drop me off. We'll load up with seed, grease everything, and then knock it out. So here's what we're dealing with. Can you see that? It's really wet. There, now you see. So the field is perfect. Like some places, awesome. And these are just two small ones. There's one there. There's one here. There's gonna be a couple more small ones on this way. But I had to skip half this field almost because water was standing between the terraces. So I just plant what I can, and then I don't think this is probably gonna be ready to go today. We'll see, but I really don't want to go back over to the barn and finish that. I'd hope that this would dry first, or at least close to that, and to be able to drop in and get these spots I missed, and then go over there and do that. So. Also, see, crawfish. They're there. If farming doesn't work out, then I may just start growing crawfish in these low spots. Okay, here's the plan. Dad just came and got me. I need more seed, but I don't need I shouldn't need a full load of seed. So last year I used, anyways, I won't need a full 10 bags, because if I do, then I'll have a lot left over and I can't return open bags. So now I get to the point where you just put in as much as you for sure need, so you don't have a bunch that you waste. So I'm going to, and also I'm not going to be able to finish everything today because stuff's drying, but not as fast as I'm planting. I don't really want to play in the mud. So I'm going to get probably 6 bags, unhook the trailer, put the bags in the back of the truck. So I have my truck out there, and then when I get to the point where I can't go anymore, I'll just stop and then drive home. And then maybe tomorrow we'll be ready to go. Well, good news. Here's some of that hog potato weed. And I don't know if it's dead or not, but it's crispy. We had better luck this year with our spray, so I'm hoping that maybe if we killed it, great. If not, we at least slowed it down quite a bit. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's because you're not watching my other videos. You also probably haven't subscribed to my other videos. I can't help it. I can't hold your hand to make you do this, but you gotta go to my channel. You gotta click the subscribe button. There's a little bell you can click that too, and that tells you when I send out new videos. You know, you don't want to be left out. There's some insider information, and you should be an insider because it costs you nothing, and you know you want to. Also, remember that other weed? I didn't know how to say it. Alkali, Sida. I think it killed that stuff pretty good. That was another one I was concerned that we wouldn't get a good kill on, but he did a good job. There's a couple spots where some water, actually probably where I had to go around some wet spots when I sprayed, that didn't die as good, and that's probably just because it was where it was in that really wet spot. So overall, I'm really pleased with the spray that we did. Glad we're starting planting with a clean field. Obviously there's some little stuff that's already coming up from the rains, but enough time to get all the planting done, and then be able to turn our focus to spraying, and then other odds and ends. You know, some of that resistant Johnson grass that I've got, I can spot spray with a 4-wheeler. So anyways, start with a clean field. May not always work that way, but this year I'm thankful for that. All right, I've done what I can do. Maybe about 10 acres that I couldn't get to, and stuff dried a lot even since I started back on this end. But I don't know. I think I could probably come back in a few hours. I got some more daylight today to get some spots, but probably not this last terrace. So hopefully it'll get dry overnight, and I can come and get it all done tomorrow. One thing we do every night at the end of the day is take these caps off the end of this vacuum tube. So that thing in the middle, that fan, pulls a vacuum on these tubes, which sucks the seeds to the seed plate in there. See, there's the hose. It sucks the seeds onto a plate in there. There's little holes, and each little hole will suck to a seed, and so and then it gets brushed off, and the vacuum, it gets through a part in there, and the brush comes and the vacuum releases, and that's what drops our seeds down the tube into the trench created by the disc. That's how the planter works. But the talc and stuff that's all in there gets kind of trapped up in this tube and in the fan. And so we take these caps off, and that forces that stuff to come out over there. That's what I'm gonna do now. Normally I don't stand in the way. We do that until it stops blowing talc. One more. This here, nope, somewhere, there it is. Just got an alert for a tornado watch. That is south and east. It was for counties that direction, so we don't want that. Hoping that we can miss out on that, and so everybody can get their cotton planting done. Still waiting to get some weed out. So thankful for the rain that we get. The Lord provides what we need. Would be glad to miss any tornado, any severe weather. Let's just let other people get rain for now. And so the guys got to get a lot of stuff done. But anyways, that's on the that's a possibility for tonight. We'll just keep our eye on. But thanks for watching. I'm gonna move on to, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. Find something to do, but that'll be the end of the video. But thanks for watching. If you're gonna farm it.